SoundCloud.com/chaotic flame, YouTube.com/at nothing left to do but when. This is nothing left to do but when podcast episode 69, titled Charlie Kirk. I got my friend in the building with me, my co-host, my friend, my mentor, my brother, Young Shocks is in the building. What's good, family? How you doing, brother?
I'm perfect now. I'm good, Joe. What's good with you?
All is good, man. I'm here. I'm present in the moment, ready to get this thing started. Let's get these display names up. We have 7 topics that we want to discuss today, and yeah, we're gonna get straight into it. I'll be sharing my screen here. For all of those watching, thank you for your patience. Had some small technical difficulties that were halting us from starting the show, and now we are here. And here we go.
Yeah. So Charlie Kirk, man.
Charlie Kirk. First thing I want to say is rest in peace. I know he left behind 2 daughters and a wife, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, man, he's got kids.
Yeah, so for anyone who doesn't know, I'm just going to read something briefly, and then we'll have Mike Morgan, who is also in the building. He's going to chime in as well. But what I want to do now is just read a summary of what has taken place. So here we go. Charlie Kirk assassinated in Utah. Manhunt. It's a funny word to use. Manhunt launched for killer, and this website is providing live updates. So conservative activist and Turning Point USA co-founder Charlie Kirk was fatally shot during an event at Utah Valley University in Orem, Utah on Wednesday, and what the governor described as a political assassination.
Yeah. What do you think, man?
Some of my thoughts, well, yeah, so since we have a brief synopsis of it, what I'll say is it's pretty unfortunate the way he went out. I don't feel like anyone deserves to go out in the manner that he went out in. I feel like this may have occurred. Now, this is speculation here. I want to be clear. This is speculation.
Yeah.
Speculating that this occurred because of some of his stances on some difficult topics, if I could. What do you think?
I mean that's what happened. I'm sure that's what happened. I'm sure whoever did it didn't do it because he owed Charlie owed him money or anything like that. Obviously it was some type of political thing. Or the way people talk. But I mean, if it's just us out here, we just talking, man, it's just that's just frail stuff to me. Like I really don't understand it, yo. Like it's like the violence that we've gotten with people just talking,
Yeah.
especially somebody like Charlie Kirk. I know a lot of my people are saying something he's done, like he says racial things or he has these ideologies or whatever. I didn't know that our livelihoods were surrounded by the the ideas of somebody that don't love us in the first place. Like I don't understand why there's so much. I don't understand why there's so much to it. You just gotta like. It's just sad, man. Like you gotta go out there. You gotta win. You gotta be successful in your own life. You know what I'm saying? Like no matter what, he never hurt me.
Understood.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
exactly.
mean, it's such a hard conversation to have. Like people don't know how to really talk about this conversation without having a side to it. That's why this is the wildest part about it. You know what I mean?
Now, if I could, I would agree. Now, what I'm doing here is I'm sharing a link. Shout out to Sin in the comments. I just sent you a YouTube link by mistake. I'm gonna resend you a panel link so that you can chime in as well. And yeah, we got more comments here. Let me see. I appreciate that his life wasn't worth his words. But how many ninjas we know got shot over saying something someone didn't like? Welcome to the black. Now, why does that have to be the quote unquote, respectfully, why does that have to be the quote unquote black experience? If I could, what I will do is I'm also going to send you a link. So in the meantime, in between time, Shock, if you could just carry me for 30 seconds while I get this link out. But my question.
No, it's cool. I mean, I think comments like that and that person that commented that's my sister. So I get it, but those comments like that make me want to not do these podcasts anymore because I have a reputation in my own life, right? So I don't want anybody to see that screenshot and see me with it and think that I'm affiliated with anything like that. Now, I understand that you have your opinion, but yeah, I don't agree with it. That's basically it. Like I understand the logic behind it. Like, he kind of there's a I've seen like a chicken that come to roost kind of mentality and things coming to pass and like things are, he was pro this and now this is happening. But you know, what happened to our better angels, dog? Like that's some real shit. Like um everybody want to live their life and fucking fight forever. You can't fight shit forever. I mean, and I guess this is my stance. Like when honestly, like I feel like the devil's at the country's door. And in my opinion, it's like I'm not answering the door no matter what. And a lot of people are answering the door. They're like, I don't care no more. I don't care no more. I'm hurt. I feel it. And I hear their cries. You know what I'm saying? But it's not that it's just my opinion, man. I'm holding the line on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm holding the line on it.
Understood. Now, if I could, what I like, I see what you did there. That was smooth, and we're going to keep that rolling. We're going to keep that rolling. So, what I like that you said, and Sin, I see you down there. I'm gonna bring you up literally 30 seconds. What I like that you said was that people are unable to converse about this without picking a side. And let me see. We got another message here. I'm just saying that us who grew up in certain areas should be used to it, and I feel like that's an issue as well. How desensitized to this thing we've become. But I know that Apex Sin wanted to join us, and I know he's busy, so I'm gonna bring him up here to share his thoughts on Charlie Kirk, my man, 100 grand. Apex Sin is in the building. What's good, family?
All disrespect. What they talking about?
All right, hold time out. Welcome back to the show, family. How you doing, brother?
What's happening? I'm macking, man. What's the word?
Yeah.
It's another dead nigga.
Yeah.
Ooh. All right, so we're discussing recent events revolving Charlie Kirk, who was assassinated in Utah yesterday, and I want to give you an opportunity to have the floor. I'm gonna pull you up so you can have the floor to express how you personally feel about the situation.
But the nigga was killed.
Yeah. It look like he froze. Yeah, he froze for a second. I'll bring him back up when I see more activity. Honestly, how about this? If you want to come up, all right, here he is. He's back. Go ahead. You got it, Sin.
Nah, man. I'm saying, look, you got to make some type of fucking change to be activist and be assassinated, right? Medgar Evers, Marcus Garvey. You know what I'm saying? The Black Messiah. You know what I'm saying? General Fred Hampton. They were assassinated. You know what I'm saying? This nigga was just killed. It's another nigga dead.
Wait, what's the difference? What's the difference, man? Let us know. What's going on?
What impact did he make on the people?
I don't know.
Well,
I don't
what
know.
impact did he make on his people? I don't mean
know.
like the impression he left on his people or on the world. The impression. I mean, what literal change did he make with his activism, law, etc., that would make him one a true activism, other than different than activist, other than a nigga with a fucking opinion? Because just because you got a fucking opinion, don't make you a fucking activist.
Yeah.
Understood.
I mean, that's cool. Yeah.
Now, if I could interject briefly, what I want to ask is, are we now considering him a martyr, or are we comparing him to greater activists because of how he went out or because of his impact on the world? And that was a question that I wanted to ask.
Yeah, my question is, how is he a martyr? That again would be like, Yeah, the way that y'all use these words, it just be a little crazy to me. I mean, I'm not saying you incorrect or none of that. I'm just saying, in my opinion,
Mhm.
that's not martyrdom. You know what I'm saying? Because he ain't freely give his life. That's not martyrdom, though. You know what I'm saying? Martyrdom is going into a situation knowing you're gonna die.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
All
saying?
right. Yeah. Hey, AK said, "What's up?" Shaw brother said, "What's up?" By the way, he's in the comments. Shout out to AK.
What's happening, broski?
And if I could, we also have Mike Morgan. If you there,
Mike, jump on here, Mike.
Mike Morgan, you can unmute your mic as well, sir.
Yeah, you hear me?
All right. I hear you now. For the sake of fluidity, I just want you to give your opinion on the situation regarding Charlie Kirk. You have the floor, sir. Please provide your opinion.
I think Charlie Kirk was a guy who just went to college campuses and was speaking his opinion to people that he felt that he could, get over on.
Well, let me
To
ask
be
y'all
honest,
something. Would
to
you
be honest,
compare? Would you compare Charlie Kirk to Dr. Umar?
I wouldn't personally.
all right. So I'm gonna tell
But
you the
what? So
difference.
why wouldn't you?
No, I'm gonna tell you the difference between Dr. Umar and Charlie Kirk. I don't think Charlie Kirk even believed half of the shit that he said. I think much like Donald Trump, he found his audience and said,
Find
"Yo,
his audience. Yeah.
I'm gonna make money off these guys." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because
Absolutely.
you got to think about it. His whole thing was college is a scam. So he sat there and debated with people who were in college who probably knew less than him, and he convinced people like, "Yo, he was right." I watched him talk to a guy. He would say, "Oh, blacks make up 13% of the population, but they make over 55% of the violent crimes." And the guy said, "Hold up." And the guy said, "Yo, that's those stats aren't correct." He said, "Well, I don't know them off the top of my head, but it doesn't matter. How can you come to a conversation, state statistics, and then when the person refutes you, you say, 'Oh, well, it doesn't matter.'" It's like, come on, bro. Now, do I think that he deserved to die because of his opinions? No, and I'm gonna tell you why. This is the biggest issue I have with what happened, because I look at it from another perspective. If Jaguar Wright or Orlando Brown was to die at the height of their popularity, people would say, "Oh my God, they was right. They was right. That's why they was killed." Like Sin just said, when you talk about a martyr, we're talking about Chairman Fred. You know what I'm saying? We talking about Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, these type of people. When all these people died, it kind of it pushed a message to a certain point. It was like, yo, they had to be silenced. You know what I mean? Nothing this guy said couldn't be Google checked and refuted. You know what I'm saying? But because people don't do, they don't do research, they don't look at certain things. Now it's like, oh, he was right. Everything he said was right. That's why they had to kill him. I just look at me
Now I do
personally.
agree. I do agree with what he was saying as far as he said something that really struck me. He said, these, black people has been getting, funding, let's say, black women specifically, right? Funding
Mhm.
from the United States government and shit for at least 50 years, right? He said, why haven't they elevated?
What do
Why
you
are they
mean?
still in the why are they still in the same predicament that they're crying about shit? I mean, that's pretty much where I took it. I mean, that's the way I took it. He like,
I'm a,
because if it's nothing, if 50 years of we can't
Funding.
say we ain't getting nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't
Yeah.
say we didn't get nothing. A lot of us was, was raised off that government money.
mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not like we can't say we ain't getting nothing. So it's like, at what point he's saying, are this 50 years has done passed and they're still crying about shit. It's still a give me, give me, give me and shit. I agree with that shit.
But
Yeah.
I'll say this.
Hold on, Mike Morgan.
So,
One second. If I could, so a lot of his opinions regarding us, his solution, or what he felt was our biggest issue, was our fathers not being in the household. I believe that was a sentiment that he echoed.
And he said something about the black woman.
Yeah,
I listen. I'll give a man his credit, man, when it's due, man, because
I
I'm
mean,
an
honestly,
honorable man. You heard?
yeah. Hey, and honestly, ayo, like, the black man not being in the household, like, did Charlie Kirk teach you that shit? What the fuck is wrong with y'all? We've been talking about this shit for 50 fucking years.
No,
All right.
Listen.
So, like, don't
But
When you go into explanation of why the black man,
Hey, y'all,
because
let you
the
talk for
world.
5 minutes, dog. You back
Go
at
ahead,
it.
bro.
Hold on, let me
Go
cook
ahead.
for a
Go ahead.
second.
Go ahead.
go ahead.
Go ahead.
Shock, you got
Like
the
I'm
floor,
saying,
brother.
like I don't like whatever Charlie Kirk did, Joe. He didn't deserve to get what he got, because whatever he was talking about, it ain't nothing. It ain't nothing new. It ain't nothing. This shit is old shit. He talking about old shit, bringing up old shit. No one deserves that, yo. And that's where we got to. I think that's my opinion. That's where we got to start it at. Like, and don't forget, yo, this isn't just some Charlie Kirk shit. So since 2024, we had Trump tried to get assassinated twice. We had the governor of Pennsylvania. He had an arson attempt. We had the two Minnesota Republicans, or two Minnesota Democrats, that got killed in 2025 this year, and now we got this Charlie Kirk thing. It's not these things are all collective. These are all political assassinations or political attempts on people's lives, yo. Like,
He
and
wasn't a politician.
what's
At
up?
all. At
He
all.
wasn't a politician.
He's not a
No, that's
politician.
not a political. That's not a political assassination,
All
man.
right,
He's
but
a
yo, all
fucking.
right. So we
He's
all
an
grown ass men, and now we
influencer.
having definition wars and shit. What you mean he not a politician? Then why
All
you
right.
think we talking about him? Why you think he not? Do you think he's important or what? Is
He's
he
a fucking
important?
influencer. The same way we
Whatever,
talk about
nigga.
the same way we would have talked
That's
about that
whatever,
Rico
yo.
case
Whatever,
with
yo.
Young
But yo,
Thug.
I'm not trying to do no definition wars here, yo. Let's talk about the facts. I don't care if he's a politician. He's not a politician. Yo, we all here. It's the first subject. You go on CNN.com. It's all Charlie Kirk. Who cares if he's a politician or not? This is important because he died. Like, you can't say it's not, because you want to hop
It's
off.
not, because when George Floyd
Then
died, who
hop
the fuck
off.
is George Floyd? Who the
Hop
fuck is
off.
George Floyd? Who the fuck
Hop
is
off.
George Floyd? Pop off on who and what?
Hop off the chat if it's not important, yo. You can't
What
say
you
you
mean?
ain't hop on.
No,
and
what
this
I'm
ain't
asking,
important.
what I'm
You can't
asking
say
you
it's
is,
not
That's
what
what
I'm
he's
important.
asking
saying.
you, he's not important. It's no
Then
difference from when
then turn off
So
the
let me ask you
pot,
something. So let me
nigga.
ask you something. What is the fucking difference between George Floyd? Because George Floyd was all over. George Floyd was a fucking nobody.
Oh, this how we gonna do it. This how we gonna do it. I like what's happening here, but it's gonna be a one and then one. You asked your question, Shaka, respond, and then I bring him back up. We'll do it 1-1. Go ahead, brother.
Wait, what's the question? Where are we currently at? What do you want? What
All
does
right.
he want to know?
All
We
right,
gonna
so
see.
so
Mhm.
so my thing right now is you saying he's important. He's all over the news and shit. But
Right.
so the fuck was George Floyd, and George Floyd was a fucking nobody. He wasn't a fucking politician. He wasn't even a fucking would be called activist. He was a fucking nobody.
You helping
So
my point,
my
nigga.
my my I'm not helping your point, because my question is, why the fuck would you add a political assassination to the name of fucking Charlie Kirk? You wouldn't have did it to fucking George Floyd, and he was all over the fucking news.
All right, now look, we're gonna let Shaka
Charlie
respond.
Kirk.
We're gonna
Wait a minute. No.
go
Okay,
ahead.
yo,
Respond.
Charlie Kirk was murdered because of what he is saying on the internet.
Okay,
At a
and that
minimum, at
and
most.
and that adds
Let me talk.
political value.
Let me talk.
All right.
At most, George Floyd was murdered because of a statistic, because of a probability that cop did. In the worst case scenario, he said an African American might be violent towards me. He didn't know George Floyd before he interacted with him. This is what Charlie Kirk wasn't a bystander, bro. You talking about shit after the fact. Yeah, George Floyd is famous now. What you mean?
All right. I'm going to bring Sin up to respond.
No, yeah, I don't know
Yeah,
what
we
the
all
fuck
knew who
Shaka
George
said.
Floyd was, right?
Yeah.
We
I
all
don't
had his
know.
mixtape. What you about to say?
I don't know what the value of what you just said in regards to their famous, like them being famous. What I compared was, you said he is somebody because we're all recognizing his death, right? That's what you said, right?
Right.
But I said he didn't. What makes it this situation, his death, a political assassination, where you added that to his fucking character? That was my question. You wouldn't have did the same thing to George Floyd or
Because it
any
wasn't.
Tiana Taylor.
It
You
wasn't
wouldn't
a
have did it
political
to anybody
assassination.
else, huh?
You think George
What
Floyd
makes
was
this a
politically assassinated? Was
no,
he
no,
running
that's
for
not what
Congress?
no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying
That's
what
what are
makes
you
this a
talking about?
what makes this a political assassination other than this man spoke his opinion?
Now,
Again,
if
what
I
has this man done? Changed? What makes this a what
Okay. All right. I will
listen.
answer you. I'm gonna answer your question.
What branch of the government
Right.
that he holds office in
He
that makes this a
doesn't,
political assassination?
but
Okay, it's not a political
okay,
assassination.
wait. Okay. To
all
answer
right,
your question,
mhm.
he's gotten more young white voters to the booth than anybody in his category. He did. And you know what? That's important. Voting's important, no matter what y'all talk about. And I love y'all motherfuckers to death. The people in this pod, we've known each other our whole lives.
Yeah, we known each other our
We
whole
have
lives.
a myriad of conversations, and we talk about these things all the time. Voting matters.
All right,
And what
Shaka.
his most important part is he got more people in the voting booth.
All right, hold on.
And I have a society of people, my best friends. I have
Did he get
people
your
don't vote.
kind in the voting booth? Did he get your
What?
kind in the
All right,
voting booth?
All right, Shaka, let me say this. You said he got more people to the voting booth.
No, he said white
than
people.
before. All right,
He said
okay.
young white voters.
Whatever. So if they would have killed Diddy when he was doing the race
voter
to vote,
die.
that would have been a political assassination.
Now, hold on, time out.
That's what I'm comparing.
He got
All right, hold on. Let me add some context here, Mike. That was. I see where you going, Mike. I'll bring you right back up. Now, to provide some context to the viewership, so that we're not just all going back and forth. In the headlines, this is titled a political assassination for whatever reason. This is what the headlines are saying. I'm not saying we have to use that as law, but that is how we are referencing this because this is how it's been categorized through CNN, through ABC. I don't want us to get too caught up on the verbiage, and I'd rather us just express how we feel about these things and get deeper into it. Sin,
Exactly.
I'm about to bring you up, and I'm going to give you the floor, and we're going to start easing up out of this conversation because we have a lot of different things to converse about. Sin, you're up. You got the floor, family. And then Mike Morgan, you come up. You get the floor next, Mike. Go ahead, Sin.
My nigga, it's just it's disrespectful, bro. Like
Mm.
you don't even call Martins or Malcolm, and a lot of you niggas don't even know who General Fred is and shit. You know, and if you do, you only know who General Fred is because of fucking the movie and shit. You know what I'm saying? All y'all niggas don't even really know y'all true revolutionary history and who they really are. Oh yeah, they know they Assata Shakur, but they only know that because that's Tupac's godmother. Yeah, you know what Afeni did. But that's all attached to entertainment. And that's all that motherfucker did and was entertainment. He was definitely entertainment for me yesterday when he got shot in his fucking throat.
Mike Morgan.
Hey yo.
Oh my Sin.
All right, well, I'm gonna say this when I watched the FBI address the nation, they said, "Let this be clear. This is a political assassination." The fact that they have to say, "Let this be clear. This is a political assassination," meant they're trying to label it as that. Charlie Kirk isn't really a politician. He never ran for office or anything like that. He was just giving his opinions. No different than Steven Crowder. Steven Crowder was doing the same thing. Steven Crowder went to college campuses and said, "Change my mind." If Steven Crowder is way more, I would say, race baity than Charlie Kirk. Now, if Steven Crowder would have got killed.
What's the difference? Mike, what makes a political assassination then, man? What is it?
A political assassination is somebody who's actively trying to change laws and things like that. He wasn't really trying to change anything. He was just riding off the tail of what the GOP and the Trump administration was talking.
Nah, Mike, you ain't got Mike, you ain't got it. You don't got it.
I do got it.
Like Charlie Kirk, Turning Point USA, that's not it, yo. He ain't just like He ain't. It's not. That's not it, yo. I'm telling
No,
you,
it is
dog.
it because he's not a political activist. Activism is about causing change. He's not trying to cause any change as far as like the laws in the government. He's just saying like, oh, you know, he's a political troll. That's exactly what it is. He's no different than like these guys that you see on Fox News or MSNBC or whatever.
So do you think that most Republican talking heads don't believe what they talk about?
I'll put it like this. I don't want to say all right, so there's two ways you could look at it. Charlie Kirk has he started a company, he has Turning Point, right?
Yeah.
And he has access to a bunch of different outlets where he could get information about the things that he's talking about. The fact that he's giving misinformation and not speaking truthfully about the black experience and so on and so forth lets you know that either he's an idiot or was either he's ignorant or willfully ignorant. There's only two ways you could go about it.
Kristen Rare Sense is in the building of Chestnut Checkers podcast. How you doing? Oh, you gotta unmute yourself. Oh, I got
bad.
you.
I'm not used to doing this from the car. Look,
Welcome.
I'm usually at home behind my desk, but I'm
in
glad
the
to
G-Rod
see y'all
myself.
here.
Yeah.
Yo, so I just wanted to pop in real quick because this has been a very, crazy subject over the last couple of days. No, let me restate what I said in the beginning. I do not believe that this man's life was worth his opinion. I do not believe that his life was worth his opinion. Do I believe it's a political assassination? No. I believe that he was very well versed in speaking Republican, and so the Republicans liked him. And therefore, they're going to make it on the agenda laden news cycles something more than what it is for real. But the reality is his death is sad. I pray for his family. I don't want to go forward and say anything towards why, because they don't know why. They never caught the nigga. The nigga's still at large. We don't know why this has happened, but to get popped in the neck because you got opinions people don't like is something I've seen almost every week of my life living in the hood. And so it doesn't surprise me that that is now bleeding out into the wider mainstream audience. That's all I was saying before. It sucks that that's what's happening, but that's what's happening.
Yeah, I definitely. So I hear that. I think the biggest thing, what makes this situation different from a lot of the other situations, is that for one reason or another, whether it be political, whether it be race, your ethnicity, the political atmosphere, this shooting hits everybody. Whether you were either a fan of Charlie Kirk, you were an enemy of Charlie Kirk, you were anti-gun, pro-gun, you were anti-this, pro-college, anti-this. Everybody, it's easy. Everybody can easily have a conversation here. So I think this is a really good place to talk about these type of things because I honestly, like Kristen, I hear you what you're saying. You basically saying like, yo, this shit happens every day where I'm from. This shit happens.
It's giving real paid in full. Niggas get shot every day.
Right.
B.
Yeah, I get it. But these are moments. All I'm saying is these are moments in our lives where everybody can connect to a single story.
Listen,
Shock. I can't connect those Shock, and I'm sorry to say it.
I'm just saying that's just my point. That's all the point I'm trying to make is that this is a single moment where everybody understands. Today's 9/11.
Today is
a moment where everybody understood some shit. I remember September 12th, 13th, and 14th of 2001 being a black kid in Plainfield. I remember that shit. And a lot of people will be like, no, I was still being a gangster. Nah, everybody was out here trying to thug it out. We was out here. Everybody was scared. Nobody knew shit. We was all gang just for a little bit. And shit, man, we need more of that. Fuck was out.
Now, if I could shout out to Chris in the building, CJ Colts fan. How you doing, brother?
I'm good. I just got off another podcast, so I didn't even get a chance to change my stuff. So
all good.
Welcome. All good.
What's up, brother?
What's going on? What's going on, Shaq?
Yeah.
All good. I want to just, before we get back to Kristen, Mike Morgan, we got a bunch of people in the lobby. I just want to give you an opportunity to express your thoughts and feelings surrounding what occurred yesterday with Charlie Kirk, sir.
All right. So what I will say is that he has an opinion, and everybody has an opinion because, like I said, and opinions ain't facts. So you can feel how you feel in regards to it. I don't feel like he should have necessarily died because of his opinion. But what I am going to say is that he's expressed numerous times how his views on things like empathy and how empathy was this new age thing that he didn't believe in. He expressed his views in regards to things about our community that he didn't experience. He's just going according to whatever numbers are presented, and we all know that there are certain numbers or certain things that are that are put out there that may or may not be true. But the thing is, if they support a certain type of narrative, we know that people are going to run with it. So at the end of the day, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that a daughter loses her father. It's unfortunate that a wife lost her husband. But based on those things alone, I myself personally am not going to. You're not going to see me giving the rest in peace. You're not going to see me mourning to a certain extent because of the fact that I didn't rock with the things that he said. I don't think that he should have died for it. But the thing is, it's just like the hill that he chose, and it's just going to sound crazy, and I apologize. The hill that he chose is the hill that he died on.
Yeah.
So if we're being honest, this is, like I said, he's made a career off of being incendiary. This man's been doing this for, like, I think somebody said somewhere around 15 years. He's been talking like this, and they got and mind you, it got him. His views got him. Now, mind you, what exactly happened, I don't know. Now, here's what I'm gonna say. There are people who are saying that this is like, oh, it's the left. Oh, it's this, that, and the other. I just want to go ahead and put out there. This man said he said himself, he felt like he said, if for some reason I die or I lose my life, best believe it might have been in regards to Israel, because he came out speaking against them outside of what Trump's been saying, outside of what the government's been saying, because Netanyahu, he's been having all these meetings. He's been meeting with all these people. I don't know if anybody knows who Officer Tatum is.
Yeah.
Officer Tatum was over there doing what he was doing in an interview with Netanyahu. So if we're being completely honest, there's going to be a lot of people saying, "Oh, it's the left, it's the left, it's the left," and that's just because of the fact they want to be able to put this on somebody. They want to say that it's somebody's fault, and what they're going to do? They're going to say, matter of fact, of being from Plainfield, if anything happened on the West End, you know what they said? It was
It was the
somebody
East
from the
End.
East End. If
Okay.
it's somebody on the East End, they said it was somebody on the West End. Nobody ever said it was somebody from Watchung. Nobody ever said it was somebody from Edison. Nobody ever said it was anybody from South Plainfield. They said it was East End or West End because we thought that that's what it was. And there's going to be a lot more layers to this than what we believe. So, I mean, people are going to be saying stuff. People are going to be doing things. But, I mean, at the end of the day, there's a lot more going on than we even know about. So, I mean, honestly, it's just like it's going to be very important just to, I'm going to say, keep your nose to the brownstone. Just make sure that you do what you need to do. Make sure that you don't take all information as information, because people are just going to put stuff out there.
Well, I gotta take on that.
Very
If I
well worded, sir. Very well worded. Go ahead, Mike Morgan.
if I was to use my conspiracy theory brain, which I don't like to use very much, but look at Shaka covering his face. When he was shot, actually, mind you, when he was shot, there was a school shooting at the same exact time in like
Colorado.
Colorado, yeah. And this guy was he was radicalized off the same principles that Charlie Kirk has been preaching. But I'll say this: when he was asked the question, they asked him how many. They said how many shooters, something about transgender shooters, and he was like, "Oh, too many." And
Too
the guy
many.
said five. The guy said five, and he said, "Well," he was like, "Well, how many weren't?" And he said, "Including gang members," and he was shot right at that time. But what I will say is, at this moment, we all know what Trump is trying to do with Chicago right now. He's trying to bring in the National Guard in Chicago and trying to combat, the gang situation. Me personally, I don't think this guy has said anything enough to make anybody on the left to be like, oh, I'm gonna shoot this guy, because they would have probably shot him like a long time ago.
Yeah.
A lot of times we know years later when we look at different assassinations, JFK, Malcolm X, so on and so forth, it's a lot of times it's your own, your own side that's trying to get rid of you. I think Charlie Kirk is worth more to them dead than he is alive. And I think now that he's dead, they're like, oh, the ideals that he was pushing must have been true, because that's why they killed him.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think there's a lot of truth to that. Just knowing that you have people like, and I've seen it's just like there's people who are trying to make Charlie Kirk a martyr, and
Or they say he's a white MLK right now.
and that's and
is
that
nuts.
in and of itself is the craziest thing I've heard today, because I'm just like first off let's get crazy, like even for what Martin Luther King represented, because Martin Luther King was trying to unite everybody. This guy isn't trying to unite anything. And the I think the worst part about it is that I've seen people that I know in churches and certain things, they're just like, it's unfortunate he was a God-fearing brother. And it's just like the opinions and some of the things that he was saying aren't things that go according to the gospel that he's saying he's reading from regularly.
Guess who also was a God-fearing brother? Adolf Hitler.
Now, if I could interject here, first off, I think you guys are doing like an amazing job with the dialogue, man. I appreciate you guys. I'm glad that we're able to come together and have these difficult conversations. So what I did in the background was I looked up some, 2025 gun violence / mass shootings, and there is a big issue that we currently have in America. Allegedly, there was a mass shooting literally today in Florida, if this website is correct, and this is gunviolencearchive.org. So today there was a mass shooting in Florida and Tampa. On the 9th, there was another one in San Francisco. We got another one in Santa Ana, California, September 8th. There is a lot going on, and the list goes on.
Chaotic. There's been about 47 school shootings since school started.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Since school started?
Yeah.
Yo, Aaron Hill is in the comments as well. Aaron Hill. Yo, shout out to Aaron Hill. I'm going to shoot you a link now just in case you have the opportunity to come up and express yourself. We got Sin back in the building as well.
I like the way the brother put that together, though, with the whole Israel thing, because I feel like anybody that speaks out against Israel definitely puts their life out in danger. So, I meant to say that earlier. If it does kind of when I was saying I'm an honorable man, if it does come out that man was starting to see the ways of Israel, etc., etc., that was like the black thing. It was Charlie Kirk. Yeah, the black thing. That shit doesn't really. I don't feel like that should bother us anymore. We know the stereotypes. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, feel how you feel about you. We know we got to get ourselves together. That's what I'm saying. I do feel like we spend a little bit more time worried about what the fuck people think about us instead of putting it into each other. You know what I'm saying? But I am going to say this in regards to that Chicago thing. That might be a good thing, man, because the deals that I see, they talking about some Chicago shit. They're not talking about no black disciple shit, no gangster disciple shit, no vice lord shit, no four corner hustler shit. They ain't talking about taking that shit one at a time or the game. They talking about some nigga, this a rap.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So let's just pay attention to that as well. Because that sounds like unity to me. It may not be, the one that you like to be familiar with or in love with, but your war is ugly, ain't it, Shaka?
You're kind of in and out, man. You're kind of in and out.
Yeah, it's the Bluetooth. It's the Bluetooth, Sen. If you could disconnect the Bluetooth, if you're able to, it's the Bluetooth that's interfering, brother.
I gotta go with the internet.
But I'm gonna tell you something. Like what Chris just said. He said, him speaking out about Israel. Now, what we do know about political assassinations, when we look at Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, all these guys, they had big talking points. But as soon as they started talking against the government, Martin Luther King, his he started talking about the Vietnam War. Malcolm X, he recanted the statements that he said and wanted to work with black leaders. JFK, also the same thing. It's like whenever they start to change their political stances, that's when they get them up out of here. So I don't know. Maybe that could have been part of it, but
Yeah.
who's to know for certain?
All right, now if I could, this is pretty much how I want to proceed. All right, so we're going to come to the end of the Charlie Kirk segment, which turned into 40 minutes of good dialogue that we'll pick from, we'll make clips from. I'm gonna bring everyone up and give everyone about 30 seconds to land their plane so that we could proceed to the next subjects we have. Rare Sense is back. I want to give Rare Sense the opportunity to come up. I'm gonna give you 30 seconds. Final thoughts on this topic so we can proceed.
So yeah, my final thoughts on the topic is two things. The first thing is, if for the first time and nothing left to do but win history, I agree with Mike Morgan. If in fact they popped Diddy, right? If in fact they popped Diddy when Diddy was rocking the vote, it would not have been called a political assassination. Period. Secondly, no, I don't believe his life is supposed to be gone right now because he has radical opinions. But I do feel as though we people, us melanated folks, put way too much on it when they do stuff to their own. We need to worry about what we got going on. And I'm more concerned with our kids taking the heat and taking the shots for gun control that needs to be happening, especially in schools. But they would rather use Charlie Kirk to display all over the televisions, knowing there are 3 children right now in the hospital out in Colorado.
Well worded. Kristen, Rare Sense, it's always a pleasure to have you on. Shout out to Chestnut Checkers. Shout out to Will. Shout out to the whole crew over there. And thank you for giving us your opinion on this topic. And I'll drop you to the lobby. Stick around if you want. You know, the world is yours. All right. Let's see if Apex Sin is there. No, Mike Morgan, are you there, brother?
I am here.
30 seconds, and I'm timing it. Let's get you to land your plane. How you feel? Final thoughts, brother.
Listen, what I'll say is the same way that he built his platform. That's the way that they should have attacked him during the debate. You know what I mean? It shouldn't have been no shooting or nothing like that. Because if you can't combat somebody with words, you already lost. That's how I look at it. But I will say that this whole thing, we got to look at the future because we don't know what type of demon is going to be caused after this. Because if you've seen that, what happened with David Koresh and the whole thing, when his church and all that got burned up, what did we have after that? We had Timothy McVeigh and a bunch of radicals after that. So people that are out there, celebrating and dancing and all that, be very careful when you talk about them chickens coming home to roost, because they may come home to roost at your crib. You know what I mean?
Well worded, brother. Appreciate you. Chris, I'm gonna bring you up. In fact, Sin, I'm gonna bring you up. I'm gonna bring up Sin, then I'm gonna bring up Chris. Thank you, Mike Morgan. Appreciate you. Stick around if you would like. Apex Sin. You there, family? All right, I think we having some audio issues on that end. I'll bring it back up shortly. But Chris, Colts fan.
Yes, sir.
Final thoughts regarding the Charlie Kirk situation incident?
Honestly, there's going to be people out there that are trying to find all types of answers. There's going to be some that believe that this is going to be the battery that they need to put in their back in order for them to do some nonsense. I think it's better that if you have kids, especially now, educate them on exactly what to look for out there. Don't tell them to go out there looking for violence, but tell them just to make sure that they keep their head on the swivel. Because one thing about some people, they're gonna sit there and they're gonna make themselves the victim in order for them to do some nonsense. And honestly, this is a fight that we don't have to fight, that people might just try to involve us in.
Heavy, and kind of lines up with what Kristen was saying. Chris, if you could stick around as we transgress into sports after this, definitely gonna need your opinion on some football related things.
Oh, you already know.
My man, 100 grand. Apex Sin, I'm gonna try you one more time. I see that you're just lagging just a little bit there, family. But yeah, I don't know what's going on over there. But so football is back.
Yes, sir.
Football
Oh
is
yeah.
back, and let me switch the banner here. Shaka, you being an Eagles fan, tell us what's going on.
That's not what the fuck you fuck me.
Yo.
Ain't that about a bitch? Ain't that about a
Um,
bitch? But nah, man, the Cowboys are doing anything. Yeah, football's back. Man, shit's cool with me, man. Hey, I mean the Colts look good, I guess. Mr. Colts fan,
Appreciate it.
you know,
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. We
picked us
looked better than expected. I was actually shocked myself.
that giant garbage is good, ain't it?
Hey, listen.
Saquon, they put Saquon on the curb.
hmm
Philly took him. You put Daniel Jones on the curb. Colts take him. That's cool.
That was the most surprising one I think I'd ever seen because I'll be honest, I had people going on my timeline saying, "Hey, good luck with Daniel Jones." I'm just like, "Hey, I'm going to block you." Like, but for me, like now I'm like, "Oh, so y'all were the problem." Okay, that's
Right.
fine. That's
I
fine.
guess so.
We can roll with that.
But you know what, man? Hey, yo, man. I mean, obviously, good luck. But it's week one, yo. People get punched in the mouth real quick.
Oh
Week two, kind of. Like, week two.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Football is a dangerous, fucking dangerous game, man.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what I noticed about football this year, though? Some of the rule changes, yo. Like, I'm noticing there's more points, and I'm thinking it's because of the special teams. It's looking like when they do these kickoffs, yo, they
Yeah.
can get it to the 40.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
they are first down away. If they got a good kicker, they are first down away to really be smelling a field goal at a minimum. You know what I mean? So like
Yeah.
I'm growing up. I remember when the ball used to start on the 20.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
sound old. Don't that sound like some old people shit?
Hey,
They used to start on the
hey,
20.
I'm with you because like I said, I remember that time. But like I said, the new rules. I mean, yeah, at some point or another, like it's crazy because you had momentum because you had people lined up all the way down the field to an extent, and now you have everybody on the line, and now basically you like they can't start moving
Right.
until you get to a certain spot. So it's like you have all the momentum in the world now. Like so it's
Right.
a big difference. And then if for some reason it goes far enough, you're starting on the 30.
Right.
Like,
And I seen I saw a lot of big plays on Sunday. A lot of big plays
mhm.
in special teams on Sunday. And it's probably just because of that. So
Yeah. Oh
it's
yeah.
crazy.
All
Yeah.
right. Now, if I could, hold up. We got some comments here. Let's see what's going on. Fly Eagles Fly says my guy more than a gamer. Once again, shout out to AK in the building. LMAO. Let me see. Tony Peterson, one of my best friends out there. Colts played the Giants this week. They play my Broncos. Uh-oh.
Hey, I was just talking about it on ours. Like I said, just I don't know. Well, on Sid Podcast Anvil show. So we were just
Mhm.
talking about this matchup. And if we're being honest, and I mean, like I said, I have no hate towards the Broncos, but Bo Nix, I'm not seeing it. I mean, the man he turned the ball over 3 times versus the Titans. They got
Hey,
a
calm me
decent amount
down,
of
man.
D
Give me
line.
5 minutes, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do your thing, bro. I got it.
they Bo Nix fumbled twice, and I think he had an interception, and that's versus the Titans. And I think at this point, everybody could look good versus the Titans. I think you could probably look at your comment section, and we could put together a team, and we will look good versus the Titans.
Yeah.
So I mean, if I'm being honest, like this week, it's going to be it's going to be a different type of game. Like I said, I'm not counting them out by any stretch of the imagination, but I mean,
Mhm.
I'm still thinking that this is going to be it's going to be a close game, but I'm still counting that as a win for us.
Understood. Hey, Tony, let me see. Tony has responded. Let me see. What did he say? Last year, he didn't do good his first 3 games either. All right, we will come back to that. On the screen here, I have an article
Mhm.
up, which is talking about 7 NFL rule changes you need to know before kickoff. This was made 1 week ago. So first of all, as
Mhm.
we were conversing about, kickoff touchbacks move to the 35-yard line. There's
Yeah.
been an expanded use of replay officials. Teams can declare onside kicks at any point, which I like. That might be something subtle, but I feel like eventually there's going to be someone who tries to capitalize off of that. Uh,
Yeah.
guaranteed possession in overtime. Let me read a little bit more about this. The
Yeah.
NFL is bringing its regular season overtime rules in line with its playoff overtime rules. Instead of an opening drive touchdown ending the game, the defensive team is guaranteed at least one possession to attempt to score themselves. Chris,
Yes.
any feelings on that, brother?
To me personally, I feel like I hate it because I hate it and I love it. I hate it because of the fact that you're now giving both teams the opportunity to score if need be, right? But for me, I don't believe that, like, if you're in overtime, it's do or die. It's a sense of urgency.
Mm,
So you have to be on your stuff regardless. To me, I feel like, okay, you're going to let one team go down and score, and then you're going to let the other one go down and score just because. And that takes me back to a few years ago where the Bills lost because they didn't get the ball in overtime, and Casey was able to score, whatever. And then they started talking about changing the overtime rules in playoffs because of that, which is where this came from. But
yeah.
then the following week, Kansas City played Cincinnati, and Cincinnati got a pick in overtime, ultimately showing that if your team wants it bad enough, you're going to go out there and you're going to do it. And it doesn't matter how good that other team is. That's why, like, to me, I'm just like, it it takes away from the competitive nature of the game. And I
I
feel like that's
Mhm.
what they're doing with a lot of what they're doing with the game these days. Like, a lot of the rules that they're doing are meant to take away a lot of the competitive edge. Like, they're saying that, oh, we want to cut down on concussions and things like that. Well, if you want to cut down on concussions, why did you add an extra game to the season 5 years ago?
Oh,
So,
okay.
like, that's what, like, they're trying to make it seem like it's like a big thing, or that they're trying to help with concussions. But honestly, all they're trying to do is just make the game more exciting, make the game more electric. Trying to have like more talking points for the shows, and
Yeah.
give people more chances to sell merchandise. Not like it to me, it's unnecessary to an extent. But I mean, when you're watching the game, of course, if a team goes to overtime or if teams go to overtime, it's going to be fun to watch. So,
Yeah.
temporarily cool. Overall, not really a fan.
Oh, damn. I just want to once again comment you. You articulate yourself and you speak very well, brother. I could tell that this is normal for you. I could tell that you do this.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Appreciate
now,
it. Appreciate
yeah, me, I'm not the football guy. Trust me. So I would be like a super hyper casual fan. If it's
that.
on, I might watch it. I don't affiliate with any team. I'll troll a little bit, but I don't mind watching a good football game. But for me personally, it seems like this implementation seems a little more fair. I feel like it's a little more lit. Where
Yeah,
before you used to be, it was like sudden death was the word, correct?
yeah, sudden death. Yeah,
So they're eliminating sudden death, and they're just giving the other team an opportunity. And to finish reading the passage, it says overtime is now 10 minutes. If time expires during the opening drive, the game will still end in a tie. In addition, the defensive team if the defensive team manages to score on a safety off the opening drive in overtime, the game will also end. So that's a change. That's a change.
yeah,
To continue on, there's also virtual measurement now, which let me see. The NFL is finally having modern measuring, kind of. The much maligned chain gang will still be in effect. However, they will no longer decide crucial first downs with the antiquated method. Now, all first downs will be measured virtually using 8K resolution Hawkeye cameras installed in every NFL stadium. I mean, I like I don't know what to say about that one. All right. Yeah, if you want to chime in at any time, go ahead, brother.
they're just trying to make this. Honestly, all these rules are doing is just trying to make things more dazzling. The refs have been taking a lot of heat over the last few years with what they've done with like certain spots of balls, and then just like basically just going and teams getting first downs they weren't supposed to, teams not getting first downs when they should have. I think this is the best way for them to make sure that they're getting ahead of it, because it's been a really tough couple years for, I'm going to say, the refs, for officiating. I'm just going to say overall game. So I think honestly, like this is just more of them trying to utilize the technology to take the ball kind of out of the refs' hands and just make it so that they're able to view and measure. Now, the question is going to be, what are they going to do with certain spots? How are you going to be able to determine where the ball is? Because there's times where we've seen it on camera where the ball's been literally on the first down line, and they've moved it back like 3 inches, but then you see replays and they should have kept it where it was at. So I think
Mm.
they're just trying to minimize human error so that they can kind of take the I'm going to say the human aspect out of it, so that they can go ahead and just blame this on the technology potentially. So
Okay,
yeah,
like take some of the liability off of referees. Understood.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
All right. There's also a new ineligible timeout rule. This is an odd one, which shouldn't happen, but some point this season it probably will. If a team requests a timeout when they no longer have any available, they will be assessed a delay of game penalty. That's tricky. In the past, officials simply ignored these requests, but now both players and coaches will need to be aware of their timeout status and ensure they don't ask for one when they don't have it. Just wait for a critical game to have a 10-second runoff because of this. This could come into play, I guess. And point of emphasis on sportsmanship. The NFL has made it very clear they will come down harder on unsportsmanlike gestures used as celebrations. Teams and players are aware that this is the point of emphasis for 2025 and should not be surprised if they're penalized for it. Here's the official rule for the NFL. Any violent gesture, which shall include but not be limited to a throat slash, simulating firing, brandishing a gun, using a nose wipe gesture, or an act that is sexually suggestive or offensive, probably be fined for that. Any takeaways there?
So it's funny you say that, because I think it was not. I believe it might have been either the Cowboys Eagles game or the Chargers Chiefs game. Somebody like literally like made a tackle, and then they flexed on them, arms up like that, and they got hit with that specific penalty.
Mm.
And it wasn't a violent gesture. It wasn't anything that we haven't seen previously, but they got hit with that. And to me, I watched it, and I think Shaka. I don't know if I think you may know. Was that the Eagles Cowboys game?
It might have been. It might have been. I know what you're talking about. It might even been the Chiefs game, the Friday
Yeah,
game. But
yeah,
yeah, I saw that play. So my interpretation of it is like they're trying to. I think if you do something good on the football field, you can communicate to the world, I am very good, right?
yeah.
I'm good. Look at me. I think
Mhm.
if you try and portray something like fuck you, like
Yeah,
the other player, that's because like, what happened was the guy was like getting up, and he was kind of doing this thing, and it was kind
yeah.
of like a dominating kind of like I got it. I know what they're. I think I know what they're trying to say. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get that. Like I see what they're trying to do, because I mean they had some people who just like they literally were doing like the Tommy gun AK-47 type, like, and the thing is I get that because you have a lot of impressionable kids out there, but I
Yeah.
mean honestly it's just like it's a flex, like come on dog, like it's just like y'all are just nitpicking now.
Yeah, they doing too much, man. They doing
Yeah.
too
Yeah,
much.
it's way too much, because I think a part of football, on top of the fact that you get limited amount of games. I mean, baseball gets 162 games, basketball is 81, 82, and we get 18 plus playoffs. And each week you only get one game from a team. So
Yeah.
for me, it's like, this is the ultimate physical sport with being able to do it. And so, like I said, it's just like I'm not saying that they should allow, the whole Randy Moss from when he was on the Vikings, the whole like fake mooning thing, because I mean, even that was wild. But I
Yeah.
mean, like I said, it's just like these are men who are literally just like going to war with each other. And I mean, just being able to just do like a flex thing, it's just like that shouldn't be a big deal.
which
Yeah.
is crazy because in hockey they literally fight each other.
Literally
It's
fight.
Literally, take
Literally.
the helmets off, take the gloves off, and they will
Yeah.
literally sit there. You have
That's
people
not
who are
even part of the
superstars who
sport.
are missing front teeth.
Yeah, that's a fact. Now, if I could, because we have to transgress, we have to progress here. Being that we're talking about sports, we got a real exciting boxing match coming up this weekend. This is going to be a heavy one. You're going to want to see this one. Canelo Alvarez versus Bud Crawford. Not going to go
Yeah.
too deep, but
Yeah.
I want everyone to give their opinion on who they think will win the fight. Young Shaka, official gun popper, let us know.
I ain't got nothing deep about this shit. Let me tell you this. It's on Netflix. So you hit the Netflix button and then you got the fucking fight. So that's a beautiful thing.
Beautiful.
All this,
Amazing.
God, man, pay-per-view, all this other stuff. You got to call people. Everybody get $5 together. Who bringing the nachos? I can't do it no more. I can't do it. I got kids, dog. Yeah, it's on Netflix. It's an A+ fight. I know who Canelo is. I don't know who the other dude is. I'm gonna be watching it. I'll
You
probably
don't know
have
who
some
Bud
beers in
Crawford
me.
is? Oh man.
And what let me do? I'm busy, man. I don't know. God bless him. I'm sure he nasty. I'm sure he ain't from the. I'm sure they ain't pick him up from the street. You know what I mean? But
He
I'm
is
down
from the
for
street
yo.
though. He is from the street though.
If I could, Bud Crawford is 41-0. Just putting that out there.
That's
41.
wild. Like, I haven't been like boxing. I ain't been on boxing. You know.
But check this out. Canelo Alvarez is 63-2-2.
Yeah.
This is going.
I know
to
about
be
Canelo's
a-
game. I do know about Canelo's game. That's
Yeah.
why I know it's a fight. I don't know the other guy though.
All right, so Bud Crawford jumped up like 3 weight classes for this fight. And a lot of people saying that he on gear, he on steroids or whatever. I listen.
Is this his first time doing? Is his first time doing anything like this? Like 3
on this weight class.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen anybody jump 3 weight classes. That's kind of nuts.
Not 3. Not 3.
Hey, I didn't know. I just know it's on Netflix, and everybody could kind of watch it, so that's cool.
Yeah,
I think Netflix is about to start having a monopoly on all sports because don't they have the NFL on Netflix now?
They have some. It's
Super Bowl,
NFL. Yeah, NFL. They have licenses with
Paramount,
a bunch
right?
of different places. Well, no, it's not.
Yeah.
It's they have Peacock for I believe Thursday and Sunday night games.
Yeah.
They still have Fox and CBS for regular daytime games. I think they have Amazon for some. I think they have Paramount Plus also. Like they have them all over the place. I honestly I hate it, but I mean, I'm a football
because that
fan.
streaming shit, like I think the Super Bowl was the issue. I know a lot of people had issues with that. No, it was the Thanksgiving game, right?
The Thanksgiving. Well, actually, so Netflix actually handled it pretty well. I think it was just a little bit tougher because of the fact that when you're streaming, generally, like you don't have to. Yeah, you have a lot of people now. The thing that was the issue for Netflix last year was that it was that Jake Paul Tyson fight. Like that one. That one went horribly because nobody could see it. Like it was awful. Not only that, but the fight was terrible itself. So I mean, it is what it is. So
that's what happens when people have stipulations in their contract. Don't knock me out in the first round. We got to go all 12.
Exactly. And I'll tell you, he looked like he was about to. He looked like he was going to knock him out.
A couple times.
He looked like he was going to knock him out. Yeah.
Who are you predicting to take this fight?
I like Bud. I think the craziest quote that I've seen about Bud is the fact that like Bud looks like a really, really tough fighter. He looks like the type of guy who trains behind a local gas station. Like he looks like he wears those baggy Hanes boxers that we used to get 12 for $3 back in the day. Like that's just who he is. But the thing for me is that like I think Bud has fought a lot of those guys. Like I think he fought Charlo. I think he fought Errol Spence. Like he fought those guys, and to me, those are good fighters. But also at the same time, he ain't fought nobody really like Canelo.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean Canelo for him to have the record that he has, and for Bud to have the record that he has, it's their first time seeing each other, and Bud is older too. So I think for me, I like Bud, but I think Canelo's taking this one.
Yeah.
I'm
taking Canelo, but on Saturday night, I'm gonna start watching at like 6 o'clock. and I start getting his story, I'm like,
Mhm.
like I'm literally just going in like a fresh watcher. Like I don't know the guy. I know if he's fighting Canelo, and I know he got the goods, right? So
Yeah.
I'm in, but I'm picking Canelo because I know Canelo. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So like, it's
Yeah.
going down, but it's a big event, yo. It's probably gonna get a lot of numbers. I know there's probably a lot of casual fighters that could just hit the Netflix button, so you in.
Yeah,
So it's easy, yo. So it's gonna be a big event, yo.
All right. Now, while we're still on the topic of boxing, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna let the fellas go down for a second. I'm gonna talk to Rare Sense just for a little bit. Y'all go grab something to drink real quick. Now, Rare Sense, before we get into whatever we have to get into, which we're just gonna do like a quick, small conversation and set up for a bigger. All right. Okay. How do you feel about the Bud Crawford Canelo Alvarez fight? And then we'll talk about some other things.
Okay, two main things in regards to it. A, I'm always going to be a fan of Canelo. That's just my dude. Like, his story is fantastic. His boxing is phenomenal. As a fan of boxing, I look at those two people and I say Bud Crawford is a beast. But anybody fighting 3 weight classes above their normal natural weight is going to be slower and less adaptive to their own style. So that's already a hindrance. Plus, he's older. Plus, Canelo got the reach. So I think Canelo's going to bop him. Now, for me as a boxing fan and ex-boxer, I personally am tired of the verses. Like, we had verses come out when we was in COVID and all the old school music niggas got to come back and go against each other and who had the better licks. This is what's happening in boxing right now. Like, I'm kind of tired. Like, let these young niggas come up and make their name. I'm sick of y'all. Go work at Publix, my nigga. Like, go home and be retired. We ain't never seen boxers come out of retirement just to do 3-round exhibitions. Like, the shit doesn't make no sense. What's the point of it, for real? And then the matchups don't even be good. It don't even be good matchups. If y'all was like Pacquiao, Canelo, I'd be all for it.
Okay. I get an idea of what you're saying now. We have something else to discuss here, and we've been having this conversation online every day, going crazy. So,
think of it.
Yeah, what I'll do is I'll just give whatever stance I have on the situation. I'll be very, very quick, and then I'll allow you. And then what we're going to do is we'll have a bigger, more in-depth discussion in the future, maybe on Chess Not Checkers platform, maybe here. We don't know, but so let me pull this up on the screen here. Clarissa Shields and Pat Poose, a couple that's getting a lot of attention in the media as of recently, but there seems to be some negative sentiment surrounding the foundation of their relationship. For those who don't know, Remy Ma was in a relationship with Pat Poose. We all know that. There were allegations of cheating, and then there was a separation. Now he's moved on with Clarissa Shields. Remy Ma has also moved on with Easy to Block Captain, but there seems to be some sort of distaste surrounding Pat Poose and Clarissa Shields. In my opinion, and then I will yield the floor and let you converse. In my opinion, the marriage was over the millisecond she cheated. The millisecond she cheated, marriage was over, vows were broken, relationship over. Legally, different conversation. Spiritually, it's over. That's my stance. My stance, once again, relationship was over when she cheated. My good friend here does not agree with me, and I'm going to give her the floor to express herself. Then we're going to move on and have a conversation later. You got it.
Cool. My whole sentiment is this. As an ex-married person, I have an ex-husband. I am legally divorced. The marriage was not over when he cheated, nor was it over when I cheated. The marriage wasn't over until both of us and the court system signed our divorce papers. They still got to file taxes married. They still got to deal with their kids together, and all of the bullshit in between is just bullshit in between, because what we talking about is adultery, and I don't want to see it for what we looked at as the epitome of Black love. It's like everything we do to show Black love, Will and Jada, entanglement, Remy and Pat, Clarissa and G, the whatever the fuck, rat captain, whatever the fuck he is. Like, I don't like none of it. I've never once sat back and tried to defend Remy because she just is wrong. And that's what I've been trying to get across to you, bro. It's not a defense of what she did. It's a defense of marriage, which we need in our community at this point.
Understood. And hold on, Mrs. Stace Diva in the comments, if you could provide any proof of your statement or source it, we would appreciate that, because we're not just saying stuff here. Come on, give us some facts. You know what I'm saying. But yeah, me and Chris have been going back and forth. So what we're going to do is prepare. I don't know if it's going to just be open conversation, debate. We're going to figure it out. We'll come back at a later time. Young Shaka, official.
One last quick thing, bro. One last quick thing, and then out your here. While y'all was out here screaming, y'all needed a Titus 2 woman, and he was one of them niggas screaming that shit. He was completely disregarding Titus 3. So it's weird to me.
See, and that's something that we'll have to bring up when we have the conversation. This way I could pull that scripture up. We could get into it.
Sure.
And look, me and Chris are an example. We disagree. We go back and forth online. Me and Chris, cool. You know what I'm saying?
Shit. Me and Shock too.
Yeah, So wait, real quick. So Chaotic was helping me with this topic yesterday, but let me get this straight. She cheated on him?
Allegedly.
Both
said it at the same time. Yeah.
Right. And he cheated on her allegedly.
Okay. So,
but as of right now, in my opinion, Shock, they both cheated because they still married.
All right. So, okay. Well, who did the bad thing first?
Nobody really knows. Nobody really knows.
Maybe we should all chill then, huh? Like, what are we doing? What are you talking about? Yeah, what's the timelines? Let's timeline this.
I'm talking about the sanctity of marriage and how people, especially Black men, are so willing to find a loophole on marriage when it comes to cheating. But they also are one of the biggest perpetrators of cheating, and there's no loopholes.
I think from just listening to y'all talking, it sounds like Remy fired the first shot. That's what it sounds like to me. That's what it sounds like to me, the way y'all talking. Remy chopped down the apple tree, right?
That's what he said on his live. Yeah.
And she said he did on her live. And this is why it's alleged, because they both accused of the same thing.
I mean, who did it first is my thing. I think that's cool. That's like, ooh, who did it first? And
how do we know?
And I think
we're not in their bedroom, so we got to go off of what they're saying, and both of them have conflicting views on it. And so from there, my thing is, fuck who cheated first. Whoever was cheating, the other one needed to divorce them, sign the paperwork, and then move on. You don't move on while you're still married. That's my only.
Now, they're not married anymore, right?
But look, this is
why
they're
still married. They're still legally married. There's no divorce paper signed.
Are you talking about the state? Like, we don't drive drunk no more. We don't have like little baggies in our glove compartment no more. We talking about the law?
I don't drive drunk, and I don't transport any paraphernalia or illegal substances, sir.
I'm saying you don't be jaywalking no more. We talking about the law. We talking about you talking about your relationship with the boys?
No, I'm talking about my relationship with marriage.
Well, that's you and God.
So if I could, this man.
God. Yeah, she's crooked faced.
This man, she's beautiful. Come on, we're not gonna do that. Come on, she's beautiful, y'all. She's beautiful. She's beautiful. Now, if I could, so even though he filed, right? He filed for divorce. Even though he filed, this man has to sit in his room alone in the dark, and he can't build with this woman until someone signs a document. He's supposed to sit in the dark and shmeet to shmeet until the paperwork come home. Now, how many
in the eyes of God, as Shaka just brought up, he's still married. God tells us in several different places to obey the laws of the government around us.
Paperwork. God looking at paperwork now. Oh man.
Titus 3:1, bro. That's what I was just saying. Titus 3:1, as well as several of the scriptures, states that we are supposed to obey the laws of.
No. Yo, I did not. Look, my hand was over here. She jumped off herself. I didn't kick her. I would never do that. That was her. My hands is in the air.
You kicked her.
No,
I think you press the button with your big toe.
Yeah. The kick button. You see
you
that
think,
kick
you
button?
Think you think you slick. You think you slick. When she come back, it's on you.
Nah, she back. Look, hold on. Chris.
My bad, y'all.
Did I kick you, Chris?
Nah, you good. It was my connection. What's up?
nigga. It's like, no. Nah,
It's so fun at the controls, my nigga. I love it.
yeah, but look, if I could, before we get deeper into this is going to be something that we save for a separate, because we could go in here, but what I want for us to all prepare for this one, if interested, so we could come back, have more facts, and really break down the dynamic of how to operate through divorce. Like, let's see if we could pull something from this that we could all agree on. If you got any final thoughts regarding this, go ahead. I don't know.
My thing.
I will. So I got one thing to say about adultery because I have a little experience in adultery only because in my old profession, I like to say my old profession. In my old profession, this was literally a crime. It's something you couldn't do, right?
Mhm.
Couldn't do it. But how they caught it was usually really silly. Like you would need like video evidence. Like you can't just go out to Piggly Wiggly with a girl and then they come and pick you up. Like it wouldn't work like that. Like you gotta like have proof, and it can't just be like we were in the same house together either. Because like, what do you mean? Like maybe you're at you guys having a barbecue. Like
Right.
we needed to see it. So like it was a law, but it was a silly law because in many instances when a wife would come in and say blah blah blah, it would be hard to fly. It's like there's no proof. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you just see Pat Poos just with his arm around her, I mean, that's emotional and that's spiritual. Unless we got on some Pornhub.com stuff with Pat Poos or Pornhub stuff with Remy Ma, then in the eyes of the law, if we talk about the law, that's the threshold. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
All right,
But in the eyes of the law, when you do go for divorce, adultery is one of the reasons why they will grant it. In the eyes of God, adultery is the only reason for divorce. And yet the nigga's not divorced. Meanwhile, he running around with a mini Remy and she running around with a mini him like they not done. It's cool.
This is what I'm gonna do. Since
on some real shit. Know what we should do, honestly?
I'm gonna just say this. He filed. That's all I'm gonna say. He filed. And like we're gonna have to transgress. Shaka, I'm sorry for cutting you off. But he running around. Look, he filed. The boy filed. Go ahead, Shock. Everybody back.
I was gonna say, yeah, let the judge, like, let's find out what the judge's name. Let's send him a letter. Like, I don't know. But the judge is gonna be judging soon. So he's working it and he's living his life. And hopefully the judge be like, I saw the Nothing Left to Do podcast and I saw Kristen and she was fucking right. You're a piece of shit and blah blah blah. I hope whatever. You know what I'm saying? Let that shit. You gotta let it rock.
Yeah. And like I said to you before on the last go back and forth, filing does not mean divorce. You can file for the early cessation of probation, but until they say you off probation, guess who's on probation? Filing means nothing until the divorce is finalized. And I believe in marriage as well as divorce. And so get divorced and then handle your business. They got enough money to where this shit could have been gone. Yeah. And y'all could have been moved on. Yeah. Like y'all, you playing now. He filed. No, he's still
Russell Wilson. Like Russell Wilson's family. Russell Wilson's family.
No. Here we go. So look, right now, are they legally separated or not? Right now,
as far as the news tells us, they are legally separated. That is not a divorce.
I yield. And Chris, we ain't let you talk in a minute.
I'm gonna. I just want to. No, it's all good. It's a heated discussion, but I think I'm going to be the middle point in this, and me saying I don't give a shit what them people do, because at the end of the day, guess what? You know what's going to happen? They out there living their best life. Clarissa Shields, she's still out there fighting. She's still undefeated. Easy to block captain. In battle rap, not necessarily so, but you know what? They're trying to get their thing off the ground. But for me personally, I feel like we tie too much into this type of stuff because the thing is they're at the forefront. Now the thing is for me, like they gonna do whatever they do. All I know is that they are now a shit example of what needs to happen in our community, because I think for our community, we're looking for too many heroes, and we're not looking for people who are actually in there doing the work. So
Mm,
we know that if these
okay.
people aren't doing the work, clearly Remy Ma and Papoose did not do enough of the work to go and stay together and not make that messy shit that was happening behind closed doors public, because it's public now. So guess what? You know what you are? You are now I'm gonna say you're now imbecilic in my eyes. You've now made this a bad thing, and this is just another example of two people who actually got some status and didn't know what to do with it, and now their situation is just another cautionary tale in
Mm,
that we shouldn't be listening to anything that these people say when it comes down to relationships or otherwise. So I mean, it is what it is.
well
What?
fucking worded.
I
Well worded.
agree. Yeah.
Now,
Papoose is not my goddamn savior. I tell you
No,
that.
no, no, absolutely not. No,
Oh,
I mean,
say that
like I said,
shit.
I like him as a freestyle rapper, but everything else,
All right.
yeah, fuck out of here.
And that
Like I
hey, if I
said,
get somebody for alphabet slaughter, I already
Alphabet.
Exactly.
and
Alphabet Slaughter was crazy.
my take on it was not about them specifically. It's about the
Oh yeah,
idea of what constitutes marriage,
yeah,
especially in
100%.
our community. And
Yeah.
Oh
that's
yeah,
where I'm at with it.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And like I said, I don't want to, and like I said, I'll let you go and say chaotic, but
if
I
Papoose needs some marriage advice, he should call
Fact.
he should call
yeah,
me.
yeah, absolutely. And you know what? And you know what, Rare?
You
And
should
you know
call
what,
his
Rare?
lawyer
I'm
and
gonna,
get them to finalize that divorce, bro. That's what
yeah.
he need to call.
You know what, Rare?
Yeah.
And Rare, and I don't want to skip over this. I 100% agree with you because like I said, my grandparents, they were married up until my grandfather passed away in 2018. And
Mhm.
to this day, my grandmother, still right now, she's still my grandmother. She still honors him to this day because they honored the sanctity of that marriage. So for me, when I
That's
see people out here letting their shit play out in real time on social media, it's clown shit. But
It's clear.
to me, marriage is something that needs to be taken more seriously. Doesn't need to just be a status thing or whatever it may be. So I'm 100% with you on that.
Yep.
all
Hey,
right.
14 years yesterday, y'all.
Hey,
Oh, congratulations. Happy
congratulations.
14 years.
Happy
Congratulations.
anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Out here grinding, son.
Now,
Yeah.
if I could, I just want to remind the people, this is nothing left to do but one podcast. Like, comment, subscribe. We are going to get into a short hip hop segment. We're going to transgress since we're talking about Papoose anyway. We're just going to segue over. And the last thing that one of the last two things that we'll discuss before I get up out of here, I want to know you guys' favorite hip hop moments from 2025, and I'll start. I'm going to say that "Let God Sort 'Em Out" by the Clips has been amazing. Malice's return to hip hop has been incredible, and I think he might be up for best verse of the year with his verse on POV track number 3 off "Let God Sort 'Em Out." My favorite hip hop moment of this year was not Young Thug in phone calls. It was "Let God Sort 'Em Out" and the rollout that came behind that. Let's get Rare Sense up here. Favorite hip hop moment 2025. What's up?
I have two. The first one is Don't Tap the Glass. Phenomenal.
Really?
Yeah, Tyler's my nigga, and I feel like he was misunderstood on this one, but
Better than Chromacopia? Was it better than Chromacopia?
I think it was different than Chromacopia, but on the same level. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? Like very much on the same production level. It was very much so. Y'all put me in this position. Now I'm in the box. Don't come over here tapping the glass, fucking with me while I'm doing what y'all want me to do. It was that. It was so good. Second favorite, Baby Girl.
Baby girl. Okay.
Yeah, because with that one word, he proved everything Kendrick said was true. Because Baby Girl.
Oh my goodness. I see what you did there. All right. CJ, favorite hip hop moment 2025.
Oh, I gotta say, probably the Clips releasing that album because we've even prior to I'm gonna say the battle last year, hip hop's really been in kind of a drought a little bit
Mhm.
to where it's just like we haven't been getting a whole lot of, I'm gonna say, very well publicized good music. I think Chromacopia was one of them. I think
Yes.
GNX to a certain extent was another one in that span. But I think the Clips was one of those albums where you knew that they weren't going to come with BS, but I think even to a certain extent they over delivered with that album. So
Yeah.
I mean, I think Let God Sort 'Em Out absolutely is like probably one of my favorite hip hop moments, and then I think Chains and Whips with Kendrick. I think that one was like, okay, all right, I see exactly where they were going with this one. That one, yeah, that one is still in rotation right now.
Whips and Chains. Yeah, that's the name of the track that brother is referencing. I believe that might be track 2 on the album. It starts with the birds sing. All right, Shaka, favorite hip hop moment of 2025.
I wish I could just change it up, but nah, it's the clips, yo. It's the clips for me too. The Friday that joint dropped, I was on my way. I had my own movement going on. Like I had a business meeting in Chapel Hill. You know what I'm saying? So I was like 8 a.m. I'm like, oh, I got an hour drive. I got an hour and whatever for clips. So I'm by myself. I got kids, man. So I usually got 1,000 people in the car, but I'm dolo. I could rip it on my way to this new joint. I mean, Ace trumpets, Birds Don't Sing. I mean, every single joint. Mike Tyson blow to the face. The whole album was incredible, yo. But hey, yo, but hold on real quick. Not to mention, we got Jid's album, Lupe album. You got Freddie joint. You got Chances back, but I'm done, yo. It's been great.
All right, Mike Morgan, favorite hip hop moment 2025.
Yeah, man, that Let God Sort Him Out was hard because I wasn't expecting that from Malice at all. After that, I'll say Stove God Cooks just came out of nowhere with that Marvin Gaye. Yo, I didn't have that in rotation for like the past week. That
you said Stove God Cooks?
Yeah, he's the one on the chorus of the song FICO on Let God Sort Him Out. My shooter turn you inside out. Like that. Yeah.
Look up Marvin Gaye. And number three about to come real soon, man.
You know, I wrote that down because I thought you was going to say it. Keep it on wax coming soon. I can't see it. My light now. Whatever.
Number 3 about to be real soon for y'all.
Yeah, we got new music coming. Me and Mike Morgan will be in the studio this month knocking some music out. And all right, I believe that we covered the topics that we can cover regarding this podcast. So I usually used to open up with financial advice. Now I'm going to close the show with relationship advice. So you guys stick around if you want, but if not, I appreciate you guys for rocking out, but I'm going to take over from here. But stick around if you would like to chime in on this relationship advice that I'm about to give to the good people. And once again, CJ Colts fan, I'm going to definitely have you back on the platform, bro. You do a really good job. You're natural. I love the episode that we had tonight, honestly. So let's see if I can finish it off. Hold up.
Anytime.
Yeah, appreciate you. You're not excited. All right, hold up. Let me see. All right. All right. So recently, I have a coworker who was going through. Hold on, and then Stacey Diva also chimed in, and she says K. Dot make an album of the year with GNX, I believe, which was different from each one of his projects. It didn't really have the theme of being a story with like an overall sentiment. It was more a collection of local artists and pumping that West Coast sound while he had the I don't want to say clout, but while he had all the eyes on him, he dropped a project that shed light on the sound coming from his region. So I respect that as well. So let me change the banner here real quickly. And relationship advice with Chaotic Flame. Yeah, definitely listen to me, right? All right. So my coworker had a situation where her man or acquaintance, whatever, they're dealing with each other, but they're not together. They had a situation to where they were going back and forth in text messages. Now, I feel like we've all been there before. We've all been to the point of a text war, and we all know how brutal those text wars can be. You're getting a paragraph, you're looking at it, you're burning your thumbs off, you're typing back, you're firing shots, you're trying to hurt feelings, you're getting hurt, and then you're tennis ball racketing back and forth all of this negative energy. So when she showed me what she was going through, I said, how about this? Instead of you sending a negative text back to him, what's his favorite meal? She was like, T-bone steak. All right, so luckily at my job, we're next to a ShopRite. I was like, on lunch, we went to ShopRite. She got his favorite meal. Instead of sending that nasty text back, what she did was created a safe space safe environment for them to have a serious conversation. And she had to put effort in. She went and got T-bone steaks, potatoes, the whole 9 yard, sent them a text. Like, look, I know we're going back and forth, but how about we just have a good night? I got your favorite meal, da-da-da-da-da. Came back the next day, she told me it worked. So what I want to tell you guys is that when you're going through these text wars with your significant other, when you're being misunderstood with each other, first thing you have to do is know the person you're dealing with. Second, you have to tap into the positive energy. When's the last time you did something for your lady that swept her off her feet? When the last time she came home to some flowers? When the last time you did something romantic for her? When the last time you planned a date, right? So when you're going through those text wars, a great way to escape is to link up and plan something fun that'll help you get back to love. Or you could sit there typing and texting and warring, or one of you guys could just say, you know what? You're right. I want to get back to love. I'll plan this. Tonight, let's just watch a movie. Let's increase the vibes. Don't go back and forth over text, creating negative sentiment, trying to hurt each other. Try to find a way out with positivity and love. It will work out for you, right? Don't argue with your man. Go make a mistake. Everything will be all right. And I appreciate you guys for rocking out with me, man. This has been one of my favorite episodes. We're going to keep this format moving forward. This has been nothing left to do but win once again with Young Shaka, Mike Morgan. We had Sin. We had Kristen Rare Sense. We got Chris Speedboat in the building. I appreciate you guys, man. And I'll see you guys on the next episode, man. You guys take care.
Yeah, do it.
All right, peace. I'm going to end this one with, let's see, which one of these am I going to play here? Okay, we just going to play the flood because that's what been rocking.